Executive Secretary of ESCAP, Ministers, Excellencies, dear delegates, it's a pleasure to share with you this message of support for your deliberations today. You gather at a time when the COVID-19 pandemic continues to take its toll. The human cost is great, and the pandemic has disproportionately struck the most disadvantaged and the most vulnerable. It has exposed and exacerbated pre-existing decent work deficits and increased poverty and inequality. And the pandemic's devastating economic and social consequences worldwide could have been worse were it not for the unprecedented support measures put in place by many governments. Fiscal stimulus packages, expanded social and health protection, support for jobs, incomes and enterprises. All of these have helped prevent this global health emergency from becoming a fully fledged humanitarian crisis. The ESCAP report recognises that we need to move out of this crisis to more secure foundations so that all economies and all population groups can prosper no matter what the future throws at them. This crisis has brought home the importance of social protection, not as something that is nice to have, but as part of the foundation of our societies, essential for all workers, for all households and for all businesses, in normal times and even more so in times of crisis, so that they are able to seek and to grasp opportunities, so that they can get back on their feet when crises strike, so that recovery can take root, so that economies can prosper. That is why the ILO has advocated for a social protection floor that supports all citizens. And despite some progress, Asia-Pacific countries still have a long way to go to fill their social security gaps. While some workers have access to sick leave and health services and have continued to receive a salary during this crisis, the low-paid, those working in the informal economy, indeed half of the people in the region, have no access to social protection at all, plunging them into poverty and even extreme poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are truly at a crossroads. Now is the time to take the high road to a human-centred recovery that reduces decent work deficits, ramps up social protection coverage, and leaves no one behind. There is no alternative if we want to truly build back better. And let us recall that we must still address the challenges of achieving a just transition towards environmentally sustainable societies and economies, demographic transitions, and the impact of technology on the world of work. It will not be easy. It will mean shifting investment priorities, increasing domestic resource mobilization, building greater regional solidarity. And it means turning commitments into action, including to ensure universal access to social protection and systems to underpin and facilitate all of these transitions. So I urge you to place social dialogue at the core of the process with strong participation of employers and workers' organisations. And let me finish with a word of optimism. I've witnessed the powerhouse of Asian economies and their people, their creativity, their resilience and their dynamism. It is a region with phenomenal potential. And so if the right policy decisions are made, policy decisions that are human-centred, on a solid foundation of regional solidarity and cooperation, the Asia-Pacific region can and will be the engine for positive change that is badly needed today. It can lead the world not only in economic growth, but also in putting recovery on a track that is sustainable, inclusive, and embedded in the foundations of decent work for all. It's in your hands.